So welcome to the Trauma Unit Podcast. You have the host. My name is John, and you have
Zoe,
and you have
Stacks.
And we're here to talk about black feelings. A lot of emotions derive from black feelings, but we don't really have the proper navigation in which we are talking about black feelings. We recognize the actions behind black feelings, but we don't and analyze, I would say is the perfect word, where it comes from, where it stems from.
Okay, so let me because that black feelings is such a broad topic. Let's be specific.
No, we have plenty of time. We have plenty of segments that we're going to do.
Where do you want to start with?
Well, I would say the start would be the education, because many of times we were sharing books, sharing computers, sharing a lot of things, and then you go to other educational systems in which they weren't sharing, and that they had the opportunity to have their own without actually sharing. So you're already being oppressed without even knowing you're being oppressed.
with that,
Right?
public school system. Just look at the numbers, right? The numbers in the public school system as far as testing, and it's pretty low, especially I went to Kennedy.
Well, you could just say minority.
Minority.
You say minority.
It's like majority in a public school system. Still, when they get out of there, they're gonna go back to doing exactly what they need to do to make $1. You give a kid a dream, but when he try to live that in reality, it's not exactly what he thought the dream would be. So,
right.
And being 400 years behind, it's gonna take time, because where we're at now, we're at where I guess we're going through racial equality when we've been going through this since we've been here.
Okay, so
that has a lot to do with it too.
So what I would want to say is a lot of people have problems with Black Lives Matter because we don't see the leader, we don't hear the leader, and money is being donated to the leader for solving problems in our community.
Who are the leaders?
I guess you have to go to the website.
Is it
You have to go to the website. That's the only way you're gonna really know. Or Google it.
Shane Sharpton, right?
No, he is not a leader.
Supposedly.
No, he's a leader, a civil rights leader,
Right,
but he's not
for the black community.
But he is not a black.
NAACP.
These people are not on the website. If you go look, they're not on the website.
NAACP. What else you talking about?
NAACP, but they're not leaders of the Black
But they
Lives
are
Matter.
for Black lives.
No, they're for civil rights of black people.
That's for
Listen,
the blacks.
I know, but
That's for
it's
black
two
people.
different
It's not
groups.
for white.
It's two different groups.
Well, I mean,
So
it's
when-
for blacks.
I know that, but I'm
Pro-black.
just saying when the money is donated, it's not going to NAACP. It's not going to these people you're talking about. It's going to Black Lives Matter. So when you're talking about Black Lives Matter, are you talking about the black feelings that are included in that, in your daily regimen of life? How are you feeling when you get let go of your job? How are you feeling when you're racially profiled in stores? How are you feeling when your child is at disadvantage because they're not being educated correctly? How are you feeling when you get denied for the business loan? How are you feeling when you get denied from the property that you can obtain? It's the feelings that are included. How are you feeling in a relationship when a woman that you're dating goes and dates somebody outside of the race? It's just a feeling.
The system is why I feel this way. The system is built for certain nations to progress and certain to fail. This is a caste system, meaning the poor stay poor and the rich stay rich, and you only do that when stemming all the way back to slavery because you.
True. Hold on. True.
I mean,
but
I'm just saying.
I just want to get your feelings, how you feel. You know what I mean? Because it all stems from your feeling on your insides, because nobody has the same feeling sitting right here. Everybody has different feelings.
Well,
you know what I mean? Surrounding the topic of black
right.
You know what I mean? Feelings matter.
Now, slavery is part
No,
of
no,
it.
no. I mean, so you
that's why I
feel.
brought it
To him.
So I know.
him.
So
To me.
so today you feel like you feel slavery every day.
Well, for me, no. For me, every day,
I would say this. I would say that I feel the tremors of my ancestors that were enslaved, that were brought here against their will, that were taught education that wasn't theirs, that was given a religion that wasn't theirs. This false reality that they were given, we still live in today.
right.
The black feeling that's associated with that emits itself in anger and frustration because I know that this is not my true nature. It's not my true identity. It's not my true reality.
True, but what are you feeling today as a black man?
I just
That's
told
how
you,
you feel, man.
anger and frustration, and a system that was not designed to set up for me.
And you know what? Today, I feel good.
Today I feel good.
This is why I feel good today. Because I no longer will be working for the other nations ever again. Because I'm starting my own business.
Hey.
Right.
You know.
Hey.
Right? So for black empowerment, I guess I'm about to take a stab at it.
Take a stab at
Because
entrepreneurship.
All my life I've been going that 9-to-5 route and steadily been let down, regardless on what type of employee I am or
No
whatever,
matter what the
whatever it
behavior,
is.
your nature, how
whatever.
good of
you could have been
you
a
do
John
your
employee,
job.
You could have been me, Rick. At the end of the day,
It don't
at the end of
matter.
the day, what does
Jay-Z,
matter is what
Jay-Z said it best.
is
Still niggas.
I mean,
economic.
I understand where everybody is going with this, but I'm saying the feelings I feel today,
Right.
it's not opposite, but it's really an internal feeling that I have.
What is the feeling? Because you haven't said
the
it.
The feeling that I have is that I've been denied. You know what I mean?
Been denied what?
I've been denied the right to work in the standard in which I would like to work in. I've been denied the right to go outside and live freely and do it in a manner in which I want to do it. You know what I mean? I can't do the things I like to do.
Why
I
is
can't
that?
bowl
Why is that?
because I've been
what?
prevented by the government.
But why are you being prevented though?
Because you can't do it. It's
But
not
why
open.
you can't do it? Why
Because it's not
to
open.
You? Why not open to you?
Because that is the regulation.
Are we talking about the
You're
COVID?
black.
Because
No.
of,
No,
because
it has
of
nothing to do
COVID.
with blackness, because I can't go bowl.
Is it because of COVID? Is that what you're trying to
Yeah,
get to?
Why you got fired? Why you got laid off?
Right, but it's in addition to that. It is because of COVID. But in addition,
That was
I got,
cover up, bro.
but I got, regardless of it's a cover up or not.
It was.
In addition, you know what I'm saying? The feelings were already there when it happened.
Did you wear the job shirt?
No,
No, that was
that was an IG memory that I just posted.
I'm like, what is he doing?
So getting back to it, because I think your initial point, I think you wanted
the
this.
right to work.
No, well, even before
What's
that,
the feeling behind it?
even before that, you wanted to start off the discussion with education and the associated black feelings
Yeah,
that
because
come
you're
with.
already oppressed without even you knowing you're oppressed.
I understand what you're saying, and when we discussed that, you know, some of my thought process behind it is that we're oppressed because the system was designed not for us,
Right.
right? So you're gonna have these black feelings, and you're gonna be in a state of turmoil, no matter what, if you continue to be and live in their system, because it's not designed for us to thrive.
True, but the feeling is yours individually and no one else's.
Nobody's saying it's not, but what you're feeling individually is also a collective feeling.
True.
And you can't negate that, because you're not the only one
Right.
that got laid off. You're not the only one
But hold on,
that
but-
wants to work
but
that
hold
can.
on.
No, let me finish. Let me finish. I'll let
But
you
I
talk.
have to be a
You're not the
bias
only
because
one.
there's
No,
other
no.
people, other races that got laid off too.
Right. But we're talking about black feeling and
Right.
associations, right?
That's why I
So
said
when it
your
comes to
individual
when it comes to education, those who are educated have been laid off. Those who are working in positions where they've played the game, they're in the system, they're in management, moving up the ladder ranks, still laid off. I know people at Amazon, Google, Facebook that have all been laid off. Degrees, worked there 5+ years, 6+ years, making a good salary, over 6 figures, now trying to figure out what to do with their lives because they've been laid off. So it's not just you, it's not just me. This collective feeling of black feeling is throughout America. It hits everybody. So while you internalize it yourself, know that everyone is going through the same struggle.
True, but what do you feel in your life? So what exactly I'm trying to get at is that as individuals, we all have different feelings surrounding different topics. We can go general all we want to.
Right.
But the certain individual, you wake up with different struggles for you, by you.
See, I don't think it's a different struggle, and I say that.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. What I'm trying to say is, you have a different set of struggles because you own a house and you're going through the things that you go through, right? I'm not going through those same things as the individual. So what you're feeling as an individual,
and this is what I said the last time. Okay. So I wake up in the morning. I want to change the way when I'm mad with anyone, especially my kids, or feel anger, or feel like wrongdoing has been done and I need to discipline. And I don't want to do it the same way that I've been doing it because I feel like there's no growth in that way. I'm only doing it that way because that's how hereditary.
Yeah, hereditary.
That's how it was going for me. So, on that note, so now when I get in a situation that I know that I can be better in, especially when I'm mad, I step out of that and I look into it and say, hey, that's how I want to handle the situation. And then when you can pat yourself on the back, you don't really need nobody else's approval because you're dealing with your feelings every day.
Man.
And
that's what I was aiming for.
I know you was because that's what I said the first time. But we got to the question that you made.
So
and then
you gotta let.
Yeah, you have to let it ride, whatever it is.
Right.
So hold on. You gotta let him get it off. Let him get it off.
All right, go ahead.
So I was just gonna say that again, I agree with your point, but I agree to disagree. I think I wake up and my thoughts are a collective thought on the frustration, and it doesn't have to just be, if we're talking now, right, in this times, I think our feelings are across borders. I think it's black folks, white folks, Asians that are feeling the exact same way because we've all been put in a system now where financially we're struggling, emotionally we're suffering because we can't go outside. Mentally, we're suffering because we can't interact with other people the way we want to, right? We can't go to bars, we can't go to clubs, we can't do these things that we want to do socially that are a big part of our lives. So from that standpoint, I think the collective feeling that I'm feeling right now of, frustration, financially, emotionally, physically, mentally, whatever, they are something that I internalize. And that other people do as well. And I think that I find how I get through it, right? Because there's always a get through point. I think how I get through it is by just trusting and believing in God, appreciating the things that I have around me and the people I have around me. When I say things, I mean my family, my friends, my dog,
and you know what?
Right? The things that make me happy in life.
We got 1 minute.
I wanted to say something real quick about that.
We got 1 minute.
I think timing is everything. So, and I think everything happens for a reason. So this time that what the coronavirus is doing, I know there's a lot of negatives, but the positive is you get to spend more time with your family. You get to look in your inner self and see what you can get out of this world besides working a 9 to 5.
Right.
Nowadays you got access to everything.
Right.
Nowadays you're getting to a point where you can be your own boss.
Right.
So there's a lot of changes and a lot of growth, and then with everything in this system that's not necessarily catered to you.
Right.
But you know how to play the game because you've been on the bottom looking to get to the top.
So this will be part 1 of our episode for Black Feelings.
A series.
No, this is part 1. We're doing a part 2.
Right, there's a
See you in the
series.
few.